were the capitalists, and the left were the socialists. And in this, there were two axes, the left and right axis. And this is what propelled the world into the Second World War, the existence of the Allied and non-Allied powers. Now, in those two, the chronology that they took of communism, because Russia, which was on the other part, Russia, Japan and others, and the Germans and the Italians, you remember there was fascism, there was Nazism. Now, the occurrence of all that in a particular political dispensation, batuuka ne baba nga walina okubaawo abakkiriza mu communism. Communism is like what is in Cuba, where everything is owned by the state, by government. Now, and then the opposite of communism was capitalism, where they accept individuals to have investment, to own property, to own land. In communism, everything is owned by government. But everything, your car is owned by, there's nothing you own as an individual. Everything is of government. You are not rich as an individual. It is government. Now in capitalism, everybody is free. There is no monopoly. There is no economic monologue. It is about competition, a liberated economy. It is liberation where everybody is free to participate in an open economy. Now, because we had two powers fighting at the international scene at the time, leading to the outbreak of the Second World War. When they finished the Second World War, the next war was the Cold War. Now, you either had to agree and move with the communist people or the capitalist people. The capitalists are what we call the West, and then the communists are what we call the East, simply because it was coming from Cuba, it was coming from Russia, it was coming from Germany, among others. Now, the existence of that political turmoil in the world created the ideological existentiality of right and left. Now, the question I have had with many political commentators and colleagues is that everybody will tell you, what is your ideology? Then they want you to say that you are left, or you are right, or you are center left, or you are X. Now that is semantics. Our ideological existentiality is anchored on people power. Because the governance of those two ideologies is what is different. That others, in delivering, they are in charge of government, everything is of government. For us, we are saying no. We believe in the power of the people. So if somebody asks, what is your ideology? Our ideology is anchored on the existentiality of the power of the people, because we believe that it is service above self. Why? I don't want you to confuse yourselves with the right and those maxims, because I have told you how they exist. Now we are no longer discussing whether it is communism or capitalism. However, our ideological existentiality is that we must return the power to the what? To the people, as it is in our constitution. Once you are going to be governed and the people have the power, then the people decide on education, then the people decide on production, then the people decide on labor. All the bottlenecks of growth can only be decided upon by the people if they are given power to make the decisions. And this power is anchored in the Constitution. It is what begins with everything, that once you have your power as a people, then you can do anything with your power. And that is what has been negated from the people. Now it is the power of the gun. Their ideological existentiality, the NRM will tell, those people have no idea. And then they tell you yoga, they are telling you a manifesto. They are not telling you what they stand for. Because ideology is, what idea are you standing for? What is NUP standing for? NUP is standing for the fact that every Ugandan is equal, that every Ugandan must have the same strength, must have the same breadth, must have the same equality, must have the same justice. That is what we are yearning for, and therefore we can only achieve that by coming back to the power of the people. How does somebody who went to bush, killed the people, did everything, come back and tell you that his ideology is west or east? So they have for a long time, creating a NUP, what is your ideology? Politics. The ideology of NUP today is people-centered governance. That is what brings us to fight, all of us as a people. Because we want to achieve what has been stolen from us. We are in a country today where the son of the commander-in-chief and he is the CDF recognizes nobody apart from his father. Not the president. Is different from parenthood. But this person is occupying an office of government, CDF. He's speaking to the commander-in-chief, but he is referring to him as my father, my Muzei. That is not acceptable in a people-centered governance. Because if I have a child, can my child begin to influence this class? Would it be right? Would it be right for my child to influence this class? Even if he has rights as a child and I have rights as a father, it does not inculcate itself in my obligation as the deputy spokesperson of NUP. You get my point? So that is where all of us must have a distinctive difference on what do we stand for. For us, we stand for the people. We stand for the people. That is it. After all, Uganda already determined we are capitalists. The time we wanted to become communists or socialists, or Ugandans moved to the east, those are some of the factors that led to the downfall of Milton Obote. Okay? So it no longer applies. I want you to pick it from today that the National Unity Platform is anchored on the ideological essentiality of people power. People what? Power. For us, we are people-centered. Everything we want to do must be people-centered. If the people want hospitals, we will give them the hospitals. If people want good courts, we will give them the good courts. If people want infrastructure as a priority, we will go with infrastructure as a priority. If it is medical health and insurance, we will go for medical health and insurance. If it is the bottlenecks of the factors of production, labor, land, and what? And transport, then we will look at the factors of production that can propel our nation to other heights, as long as it is people-centered. That is why it is different. You don't have names. If you look in this hall, a few of you are expected to be discussing governance. A few of you, they will ask you what is your name, that you are Kaija from Tororo, from Fort Porto. Kaija from Fort Porto. You want to discuss power, who are you? Because they changed the constitution and replaced it with what they want to believe in. And they also want you to believe in that. But I want to tell you as I conclude, that the advantage you have as a people, once you have a mission, because they say every generation has its own purpose and mission. Your mission, all of you, 90% here, you are graduates. You don't have jobs. I was speaking to the teacher there. Just imagine in a country where they say teachers have no jobs. Can you imagine? When you have a population of, you have an illiteracy problem, but then you cannot accommodate employment for those who are going to improve the literacy levels. Then what is going to happen with your human resource? Before you look at other resources, what is going to happen with your human resource? When even those that are supposed to improve the human resource do not have the opportunity to deliver what they have understood, studied, to help the country grow with its human resource. Because the country with young people is on an advantage, because the young people can be exploited adversely without doubt if given room to breathe, to invent, to plan, to meditate. But all that is not here. You are living in a hustle. That's why we must come together and break this chain, break this hustle, and have Uhuru as our president, Chagulani Robert Sentamu, takes office. Because that's all what we can do. I don't want to say more than that, because your teacher is here. I want to say, I don't want to ever hear that you people left your dreams. Chase your dreams. feel pure about your dreams. The reason and why NUP is here is to give hope to the young people, is to reignite that hope that had disappeared, is to take away the despair and return you with strength that you can fight and achieve with whatever you want to be. Do not be limited by blackmail. Do not be limited by naysayers. Do not be limited by powerless people. You know, powerless people will always have chance to judge the powerful people. So whenever you get judged by a powerless person, don't be bogged down. Move forward. Fatanyayo. Once you fatanyayo, I am telling you, in the next years, I will meet you. I'll be meeting members of parliament. I'll be meeting mayors. I'll be meeting councillors. I'll be meeting CEOs. These lessons should be part of your entire life. Whether when you are falling in love, whether when everything, there's something that you must learn from these processes, because they are not limited to politics, they are expanded to your day-to-day life. Thank you very much for listening to me. People power, our power, our power, people power, NUP everywhere. Deyo mzimbe gali. Musomesa abati, ngegali yabogezinga, sigali yakasuka mayinja. Nenga nyala muzimbe gali ya Waiswa yabogezi olwofuna omugezi nkubira omwami Waiswa ajagala kubeera mu gali yabogezi tukole gali yabogezi nga buli baleeta ensonga Waiswa batanajogera nga Stuart ayimuse Waiswa batanayogera nga Tabata ayimuse Waiswa batanayogera nga Jansa ayimuse lesoni tutukoze eki lecture ayimuse nabagamba katandika mukole eki nsombe mulina okumanya okuba tuli bakabi okuba owakabi olina okubanga buli kintu kikola ki nze oleeta economics samuyita mu kibiina naye kati musoma kubanga saagala mbaswaze bambuuze nkole ki nemererwe. You must study. You must do what? Study. Read novels, read writers, read those people who inspire you. Have knowledge. It is good to speak when you have idioms. It's good to speak when people begin to say, "Msajja omulidi ayogedde Kamalu Comex." Ogenda okwogera ng'akawulira bulijjo naye nga tamanyi nti akkirizibwa okwogera. Emboozi bw'oba onyumiza omuntu emboozi erina okunyuma. Ne mu lutalo birina onyuma omuntu obifuula tokwata nnaku yokka omuntu n'omuteeka mu bokisi y'ennaku. Omuntu olina okuba nga omuwa appetite okuwuliriza ategere kyakola. Olina okuba nga osobola okukyuka ng'okyusaamu. There are many people who meet me in real life and they say different person on TV. There are those who believe that I can't even laugh, that I gave my laughter to somebody alone. People think I am so cambarious, which is not true. But when I am on set, it is business. It is business of liberating Uganda. Otolera ostolera oli omuntu omulala Waiswa oli omugomvu mujjawo n'ennete oli wa business. You must learn that. There must be always a line between your professional work and your friendship. Because they're looking in the studio and those people want to compromise me. The topic is against us and they want to pretend they are my friends. What I do, I show them from the beginning that I'm not here for friendship. You're not my friends. This is business. If so come back to somebody, then I can come back and they tell me if they want to discuss friendship. Because they can put you in a compromising position. So guys, I expect you people to go out there, add more power to people power today, because now we have an army of you who know what to do. Use your phone, tweet, Facebook, post. If you can speak on TikTok, speak. Do whatever you can. Because if we all do whatever we can, I can guarantee you General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni will not be president with his entire team in 2026. We can do this. Let's do this. People power. Our power. Our power. People power. NUP is our party. NUP is our party. NUP is our party. NUP is our party. Is our president. Is our president. NUP is our party. NUP
Oke enyo